Hello there, everybody. It is me, XFreezerBunny, and welcome back to another Sims 4 speed building video. I know, right? I have been gone for a really long time, but for today's speed builds, I'm going to be speed building a couple of homes called the Portofino villas. And yes, you guys heard me right. We're going to be speed building kind of a pair of residential buildings called Portofino Villa, and it's actually inspired by Portofino. And if you guys aren't familiar with that, it's a very popular fishing village in Italy, and the reason why it's so famous is because that apparently Portofino is home to some really famous people. I don't know who they are, I just read it on Wikipedia. So anyway, yes, this is another kind of Mediterranean themed build. I don't know why, I was just feeling it. I'm currently under a lot of stress right now, and I totally feel like I need a vacation. Like, I really need a vacation, and you know, this is just probably to compensate for that. And I know it's totally not appropriate for the season. It's Halloween, you guys. Happy Halloween if you guys are watching this on the day of the upload. It's probably going to be a little bit different, but it's still Halloween season pretty much all over the world. So yes, this is probably the last thing you would expect for a Halloween themed build, but this isn't a Halloween themed build, so whatever. I don't usually do that kind of stuff, so I just build stuff that I kind of want to build, so whatever. Anyway, I don't know why I ended up doing these. I saw a picture of Portofino, and it has this one or it has two kind of homes on a cliff, and one of them is orange and one of them is pink, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, I totally have to recreate this in The Sims 4. And if you guys know Portofino, you probably would know those two buildings that I'm talking about. I didn't do any research on them. I totally just based off my inspiration on how they look. But other than that, this is a completely like, I guess this is a completely unique design. I'd like to say, even though it looks really similar to some buildings in Portofino, and of course it does take inspiration for that. This is a really specially designed building for you guys. So anyway, I keep mentioning that this is a pair of homes, and that's technically true, but the design of it is actually supposed to be just one home that's spread out across two buildings, if that makes any sense. So basically, my idea for this was that the owner bought the first house, and the first house is the orange house, and that is kind of the main house. He bought the main house and basically kind of ran out of space. He likes to entertain. He likes to have his family, his extended family, and his friends over, and he really needed more space. So he decides to purchase the next house, or the house next door, which is the pink house, or the second house. And then that's kind of the house that he makes into like a guest room or a guest house. The reason why this is technically considered to be just one house is that there's only one kitchen. And that kitchen is located on this orange house. So yeah. The orange house is kind of the main house, and then the pink one is kind of the guest house or whatever. You guys can make up your own stories as you go, but you guys can see that it has a lot of similarities with things that I've already done before, of course. The Santorini Villa, as well as the Tuscan Vineyard. So yeah. And of course, this is a little bit different. You guys will see a little bit later on that this is actually built on a seaside, and there's a lot of cliffs and there's a lot of rock formations, and which you guys will see a little bit later on. So yeah. And how are you guys feeling? Like, how have you guys been? I haven't uploaded in like a week. Like, the last thing I uploaded was like a Let's Play. So, and you know, the last speed build that I uploaded was, I think, a month ago, or even more than a month ago. So I'm so happy that I'm able to make another speed build for the month of October. Like, I know that it's almost November, but technically it's still October, so I'm gonna give it to me. I'm gonna give it to myself that I made it within October. Also, kind of halfway through this build, the game actually lagged quite a bit, which was kind of nasty. You guys will see it in the second part. And speaking of the second part, I don't think I've mentioned it before, but this speed build will be split into 2 videos. Each video is about 40 minutes each. And yes, I finished everything already because that's how I like to do things. But yeah, this speed build is split into 2 videos. I tried my best. I swear, you guys, I tried my best to make a simple, small, easy video, but it just didn't work out for me as usual. You know, I kind of overdid it. And I kind of like spent so much time building this and whatever. Like, I just built it the way I wanted it to. And of course, that takes a lot of time, unfortunately. And that also means that I have to split the video into multiple parts, which I actually really don't like doing. I really want to have an opportunity to make just one speed build video. But I mean, yeah, for the entire speed build. But, you know, I think I'm becoming more and more ambitious with the stuff that I do. And of course, that just takes a lot more time. And, you know, I don't want to edit things out for you guys. I don't want to just suddenly, the exterior isn't even completed and then I'm already furnishing it. That's very abrupt, and I don't really like how that works. Because when I'm looking at people doing speed builds, I really want them. I want to see the detail that they go into. So that's kind of why I just decide to upload the entire thing and split it into multiple parts. So yeah, all these wooden details on the outside, I feel like will be pretty unnecessary. So eventually I'll actually remove them. One more thing that I will do is I will actually transfer this lot into a different lot in Windenburg, surprisingly. I was struggling really hard to find like a 30 by 40 lot. Is it 30 by 40? Like a rectangular lot somewhere in Oasis Springs. And there's like only one rectangular lot that had the length of it I don't know. It's pretty complicated. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that I didn't find the right lot for this in Oasis Springs. So I decided to complete the build in Windenburg instead. And here we go. We are in Windenburg and we are currently working on the second house, or the guest house, or the pink house. I don't know. I'm going to call it all of that. I know. Super confusing, right? Not really. It's kind of easy to tell the homes based on how they look and based on the color and stuff like that. So for this first part, we are actually going to be building the exterior as well as furnishing the interior of the orange house, or the main house. So the second part will be furnishing the pink house, or the guest house, and also doing the landscaping as well. And the landscaping is actually pretty elaborate, especially when we get to like the rock formations and stuff. It gets pretty crazy. So yeah. And there's also going to be some kind of seaside. I'm not sure how to describe it. Like there's going to be like a quote unquote artificial ocean. Cause of course we don't have ocean lots in the game yet. Actually, we have ocean lots in the game. We have them in Windenburg, but they really didn't match the look that I was going for. I felt like this was the best lot here, so whatever. Anyway, you guys can put this build anywhere you want. So yeah. And yeah, we're just pretty much furnishing the pink house. And it has a nice little tower, which is actually the tallest bit in this whole entire build. And yeah, it gets pretty cool. There's a total of, let's see, I think there's like 5 bedrooms. Yeah, there's a total of 5 bedrooms and 4 bathrooms in these 2 homes, and also 1 kitchen. There's a couple of dining areas. The roof decks are actually barbecue areas for both homes. So yeah. And of course, there's tons of balconies everywhere, so the Sims can kind of explore and enjoy the outdoors. Because literally, like, I've seen so many romantic pictures of Portofino and people like in balconies or people in like terraces, and it's so beautiful. Like, I really, really wish that we had more options in The Sims 4 so that we can recreate it a little bit more legit, but whatever, it's fine. Also, like, let's see here. I'm gonna make a special announcement, you guys. So, City Living comes out in about 5 days by the time I'm doing this recording. And unfortunately, I don't think I can upload a Let's Play episode on the day of the release because I don't want to throw out any excuses. Just I cannot upload. I just cannot, even if I wanted to. I just don't have the time for it. You guys know how busy I am. And that's all I'm going to say because I don't want to get into a rant about my work or my education. I'm just going to keep it to myself for now because my YouTube is not a platform for me to rant about all the crap happening in my personal life. Even though I'm pretty sure some of you guys might be interested, but I don't think this is the time for it. You know, I'm pretty much doing this to kind of get me less stressed out. And also I just really, really want to build something in The Sims. So yeah. Anyway, how have you guys been feeling? Tell me what your guys' plans for November are. In my country, we have a very similar tradition to Mexico where we have the Day of the Dead. It's called differently here in the Philippines, but it's pretty much the same tradition. We go to the cemetery, we, pray for the souls of our dearly departed, and we kind of, remember their memories and things like that. So that's what we do on the 1st and on the 2nd of November. So the 1st and the 2nd of November is actually a holiday. I think it's a holiday for you guys in America as well, but I think for a different reason. For reasons that are less religious, I guess. I don't know. That's just what we do in my country, and yeah. Anyway, so are you guys going out trick-or-treating or something? Like, trick-or-treat? Oh my gosh. Like, I love eating sweets, and I'm so jealous that you guys do it in America. We don't have it in my country, which is kind of sad, but we have other traditions. So, yeah. Looks like we are making some good progress on the pink house. The pink house has 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms, and I have to say that the bedrooms and bathrooms on the pink house are my favorite. Like, on the 2nd floor of the pink house, the only 2 rooms in it is the bedroom and the guest bedroom, and the guest bathroom, and those are like so beautiful. You guys will see in the second part, so yeah, watch out for it. And then let's see here, what am I doing? Oh, I discovered this really beautiful fence. What did it came with? I'm guessing it came with Get Together. Yeah, it came with Get Together, and it's so beautiful. Like I can't believe I'm only using it now. You guys can see me actually place it over there as railings for the foundation, and they're just so beautiful. Like, they're so pretty. Also, making ponds in the game is so freaking difficult. I didn't realize how difficult it was until I tried doing it, but it's so freaking difficult. Like, you guys can see me really struggling freaking hard to figure out like how I'm gonna build it, because I wanted to make it look really natural and really kind of really natural and really like effortless or whatever. But of course, we are stuck with the game options, which doesn't really make for good natural looking ponds. Like, they're pretty stiff and they're pretty geometric. Like, we're only stuck with like 90-degree and 45-degree angle ones, which is kind of horrible. But I did do my best, and I will actually replace those. Those are just there for placeholders. The final looking one is a lot better, if I do say so myself. Yeah, I do think that they look a lot better because I did end up keeping the replacement versions of those ones. So yeah, I also tried to incorporate the staircases on the outside as well. There's a lot of staircases on this because there's a lot of different levels and stuff. And I really, really like seeing the staircases on the outside because it kind of makes it look like a nice little village, if you guys get what I mean. Doesn't it feel like a village or whatever? Like, I don't know, it just feels really good. So yeah, I love that pink color on that house. It looks really good. I wish we had a more vibrant orange color for exterior paints. But that's the closest thing I could get to orange, which isn't even an orange. It's more of like a dirty white-ish yellow or whatever. I don't know. But it works, I'm glad that I chose that color because that color of stucco, it has a lot of items in the game that have a similar color to it so I can be consistent with the color palettes that I chose. So yeah, because you guys know me, I like matchy things. So yeah. Anyway, let's see here. Yeah, we are currently working on the interiors now, actually, which is quite cool. And for the interiors, most of the interior paint is actually a version of the paint that we have on the exterior. I didn't try to do different paints for each room because I didn't feel like it was necessary. Yeah, I just chose this interior paint that was the same stucco as the one that we had on the outside. It has the wooden paneling on it, which is pretty cool. And it also has that, I'm not sure if you guys can see it, but on the bottom part of it, on the part of it on the floor, it has like some stone, which is really cool as well. So yeah. Anyway, the first room that we're furnishing is the only kitchen in the house. In the kitchen, I tried to go for a very rustic feel. You know, I don't know why, but every time I think of Italy, I think of like an elderly woman cooking like some country bread or something, or like maybe some lasagna or some like, I don't know, spaghetti. Oh my gosh, I'm craving for some pesto, you guys. I always mention this in my videos, but pesto is my life. It's my favorite sauce. Like, I love it so much. I love basil. I love herbs, actually. I'm just addicted to herbs. So anyway, the kitchen, I did struggle a little bit with the format or like the layout of it. This is not the final layout of the kitchen. I will change it in a little bit. I will take away one of those arch windows in the middle and replace it with a stove. And it will look a lot better. It will look a lot nicer, if I do say so myself. I also really like those the stove tops, I guess, or whatever. What are those? Like range hoods. There we go. I think I think I should use them a little bit more because I don't really use them that much. So yeah. Also, I hope I have enough counter space for you guys. In my previous builds, you guys kind of pointed out how I kind of forget to include counter spaces for my cooking sims, but I feel like that's enough counter spaces. Over there is a door that leads to the master bedroom. No, the master bathroom. I know, right? It's really weird. I will actually remove the door eventually, I think. Or do I? I'm not sure. I forgot. I started this build like a week ago and I just finished it like today. So hooray. Yeah, the kitchen, basically all the appliances are the same color. They are kind of this rusted iron color, which is actually quite cool. It feels pretty legit Italian, and it also matches with the ceiling lights as well. So you guys know how much I love uniformity. And right now we are making the cluster of plants. Now the cluster of plants, I use them so much in this build. Like, I don't know why. I just felt like it was really homey and appropriate to cluster the plants because it kind of really fills up the space really well and it feels really homey, which is kind of the feeling that I was trying to go for this build. And over here on the counters, we have so many different like decorative stuff. Like, it's crazy. Like, yeah, there's like some plants, there's like some pots and pans and crazy. I even threw in some books, I think. Or did I? I'm not sure. I don't remember. But I did try to kind of layer on the clutter because I felt like that kind of made the area feel very homey and very kind of personal. Like somebody has been living here for generations. And I think that I was able to capture that look. I think for the light, I will actually move them and yeah, there we go. I'm moving the lights, and in place of the lights, I will place like a pot holder. Yes, a hanging pot holder, which once again, really, really cute. I feel like it does complete the look. I love the kind of earthy copper color. It's so beautiful, like so freaking beautiful. And over here underneath the range hood, I tried to put something interesting, but nothing worked. So I just left it with nothing in it. So yeah. And yeah, we're just throwing in some nice little windows and all that good stuff. I'm very curious if you guys play the PS4 actually. How many of you guys play consoles? And who is looking forward to Final Fantasy 15? Because I am, and I'm dying for November 31st because that's when Final Fantasy 15 comes out. It's gonna be crazy. I'm so freaking excited. Also, something totally off topic. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with this game, but there's this game called Dragon Quest Builders, and I am obsessed. It is the cutest game I've ever played on the PS4, and it's so cute. It's like Minecraft and Legend of Zelda and Dragon Quest and Harvest Moon. All of my favorite things combined into one. It's freaking awesome. I guess one particular detail in this house that is unusual kind of compared to other homes is the fact that there's almost no closed door. Most of the doors are just archways, and the closed doors are only the doors that lead to the bedrooms as well as the bathrooms. And the archway door thing, I always do it a lot in my builds, especially if I'm building something in the Mediterranean. I feel like it's just a perfect kind of look and a perfect kind of way to showcase that Mediterranean climate, you know, that they have, which is kind of perfect for this type of rooms, you know, rooms that are very open, rooms that are very connected to the outdoors. And yeah, I really, really like them. So yes. I also really like the floors actually. You guys can see it's beautiful kind of burnt tile look to it, which is quite nice. I like how it feels like there's different tiles in it. You know, there's different color tiles. I like how it's not just a single color. And this house doesn't have a formal dining room. This is the closest thing to a dining room that we have. And I know, right, for you guys, a lot of you guys might be thinking, like, who can fit there? Like, nobody can fit there. But, you know, there is a bar area on the kitchen, and also there is an actual formal dining room in the guest house. So yeah, there is the larger dining room there, so yay. And right now we are furnishing kind of the foyer area, I guess. I was able to use that beautiful table that came with a movie hangout stuff, I believe. Very beautiful and bohemian, and I think that's kind of the theme that I went with for this build. Something that was very bohemian, something that was very kind of traditional, rustic, but at the same time vintage, you know, rustic, vintage, traditional, stuff like that. So there are some contemporary objects here. There are some TVs, there are some computers, there are some magazines and crazy stuff. No, there's no magazines, but there's some, you know, modern day things here. But at the same time, there's also some antiques and some beautiful, you know, sculptures and carvings and all that good stuff. So yeah. I actually took away some area in that room and I will change it into kind of like a roof instead, because I felt like that gave the space a lot more dimension, and the facade, like the outside of the house, looks so beautiful. Like I really, really wish that we had a beach lot, like a legit beach lot. I feel like we have to wait a little bit more though, because it doesn't look like Sanmai Shuno, the world that comes with city living. I don't think Sanmai Shuno is gonna have like legit beaches, so yeah, that's definitely something that I really, really want to have in the game, but I feel like we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer for them. So the next room that we're gonna be furnishing is the main living room, I guess. So there's not an actual living room in the house, except for this one, actually. Actually, no, you know what? I take it back. There's a couple of living rooms, I guess, or sitting areas. I didn't really kind of think about making living rooms specifically. I just wanted a place where kind of the family or guests can hang out and watch some TV, because that's something that I usually forget in The Sims 4. Honestly, I'm not sure about you guys, but for me, I don't really find that much of a use for the TV. I feel like, I don't know, I really don't know, but I do have a bunch of TVs in this build, which is great, you know, because usually I tend to forget those. So the TVs are in the living rooms or the sitting areas or whatever. It could also be a library, actually, because there are some bookshelves and stuff, so yeah, I threw in a nice little arched window over there in the corner. And I actually really like that detail of the painting on the floor. I will do that many times in this build because it looks pretty awesome. You know, the painting, I really, really like how it looks. It looks very kind of, it looks very like casual, I guess, and very artsy-fartsy. And also those candles as well, those cluster of candles. I don't know where those cluster of candles came with. I'm not sure what specific expansion pack or stuff pack they came with, but they are so beautiful. And honestly, I use them so much in the corners and I use them so much to light up the corners. Those candles are so beautiful. And now we are working on the actual master bedroom in the entire house. When I was building this is the room that I had in mind as the master bedroom. So basically, it's one of the larger rooms, I guess. It's a very beautiful open room. It has its own balcony, and, it's a very beautiful room. I would totally live here. Like, I literally wish that my room was this. It showcases a lot of that bohemian kind of personality that I was talking to you guys about. Lots of casually placed stuff. It's very disheveled. It's very, there's lots of clutter. I love that bed. I wish it came in other plain colors. The only plain bed sheet that it has is the red one, and then, the other bed sheets are like Van Gogh paintings. Yes, I got it right this time. Vincent Van Gogh, Starry Night, you guys. That was such a blunder though. Like for my Santorini house, I said that Starry Night was painted by Picasso. I was so wrong. I was not thinking. I knew it was Vincent van Gogh, but I just kind of needed to remind myself it was him. So yeah, over here we are going to throw in a nice little luggage. So yeah, there we go. I don't know. It felt like, somebody that lives here probably doesn't live here for the entire year. They probably just live here on vacation, on the winter or whatever, wherever they have free time, like during summer break. And that's why. So that's kind of the mood that I wanted. Really easygoing, really kind of, really laid back. And right now we are working on the master bathroom. Yes, you guys, I'm gonna call it the master bathroom because it's probably, the second most beautiful bathroom, because literally the bathroom on the guest bathroom on the pink house is so beautiful. Like, I cannot even. But this bathroom is quite a spectacle, if I do say so myself. I love the color blue that I chose. It reminds me a lot of the azulejos. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but azulejos. You guys get what I mean? Those are the Portuguese kind of tiles that are really, really famous in Portugal. I kind of was inspired by that. Kind of azulejos meets, Santorini Greek blue, if that makes any sense. I actually spent a lot of time on this bathroom because I just wanted it to be perfect, which is not usually something that I do. I usually tend to make really simple bathrooms. Like, I don't enjoy making bathrooms because for me it's just like a bathtub, a toilet, and a sink. But there are times when I just really push myself to make the most beautiful bathroom ever, and that's what I did here. You guys can see me have that arched window, which is a very unusual feature. The bathrooms in this build are so freaking open. Like, the Sims don't care about privacy. Like, the bathrooms are just so freaking open. I also love how those potted plants have the color blue as an option. It's so beautiful. So yeah. The sink, I struggled with choosing or deciding which ones I wanted to use, actually. So I ended up using a traditional looking one that matches the toilet. So yeah, there we go. And I will actually change a little bit the layout of this. I will change it into, I'll put like a divider in between like the wall that you guys are looking at now. Cause I don't know, it just looked really weird for me. For me, it felt very unresolved, which is kind of a difficult thing, especially if you have such a rectangular room. It's so hard to come up with a different, unique floor plan for it that kind of makes it look interesting. But I did my best to make it look not boxy whatsoever. So yeah, I will put a nice little divider over there, and to kind of give a little bit variation with the wallpaper that we have, I chose to incorporate this beautiful blue wallpaper. I feel like it does spice it up a little bit, you know, which is great. It's just what we needed, a little bit more of some focal point. And speaking of focal point, over here behind this bathtub, I was really struggling to decide what I wanted to place there. So thankfully we have that one hanging plant, or like hanging plant container that came with movie stuff, and I chose to put that instead. It's really beautiful and I really, really like it. So yeah. And we are just throwing in some nice little clutter items to make it look like people are actually using it, and the candles are just crazy. Like, I use them so much. Here you go. You guys can see me trying to incorporate some plants here because I felt like that wall was pretty boring. And I will make this black first, but I think eventually I will change it into a blue so that it ties up a little bit better with all the other stuff in this bathroom. So yeah, that is it for the master bathroom. We are now furnishing the second floor of the main house. And for the second floor, we have 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom. Once again, the bathroom's pretty open. Actually, everything's pretty open, you know. There's lots of archways and crazy stuff. You guys will also see me do some interesting things with the staircase as well. The staircase, I wasn't really planning on doing a spectacular staircase, but this just came to me pretty organically as I was building it. I wanted the staircase to be, I wanted it to have like overhanging lights across 2 levels, and I also wanted to incorporate like a feature wall that had a different material behind the staircase. So you guys will see me actually incorporate like a stone wall behind the staircase, because I felt like that just gave a little bit more variation with the build. You know, it made, you know, it gave us, it kind of gave us less monotony when it came to our wall material, and I really, really like it. I tried putting some paintings, but it just didn't look right with the ceiling lights. I feel like the ceiling lights were already like a focal point, so yeah. I did actually put in some balconies there instead, which I actually really, really like. I think the balconies really completed the look that I was going for. So yeah. And over here, just throwing in a single column, which is a nod to Italian heritage. I chose the Etruscan column. And if you know your architecture, you would know how to differentiate between all the different classical orders. So yay. Just a little something that I picked up in architectural school. Anyway, does anybody watch Project Runway? Because literally, I just finished watching the episode where they went to, was it Universal Studios? It was the streetwear challenge they were supposed to design. Oh my gosh, spoilers! You know what? I'm not gonna talk about Project Runway. If in case you guys are interested to watch it though, you can watch it online. Yes, you can watch it online legit on Lifetime. My tongue got tied. I was gonna say Lifestyle. But because there is a Lifestyle network, but no, I meant Lifetime. So yeah, you can watch it on their website if you guys want to. Anyway, over here we have this really long, narrow room. It's kind of like a hallway, and I'm not sure how to describe it, but basically what's in it is, like a reading area or like a skill building area, I guess. You know, there is an easel there, there's a bookshelf, there's like a sitting area. So yeah. Also, you guys can see me kind of replace the stone texture for the foundation. I felt like those stones that I replaced them with looked a little bit more natural, which is pretty cool because I really like them. Also, I'm pretty sure you guys are so tired of seeing this rug at this point. Like, that rug, I used it so freaking much. I'm pretty sure you guys are tired of it, but they just fit in really well with the look that I was going for. And also, the size of it fits really well as well with, you know, the scale and the proportions of these lots. And those rugs are so perfect. I think I used a total of 3 different rugs. And that kind of Persian looking rug is the one that I used the most. So yeah. Once again, throwing in a bunch of clutter items. There's a lot of clutter items on the floor. There's really a lot of them, and I feel like they do add some interesting things to look at on the floor. So over here we have a nice little kind of sitting area. I'm not sure what it's called, like sitting area with a side table. And the side table, oh, it's so difficult to put clutter on these side tables. Like I know I always complain about this, but like literally you could not put anything you want. Like I wanted to put like a specific type of flower arrangement, but it just didn't work for me, so I just ended up with that. Also, I really like using that lantern that came with, I'm not sure what it came with actually, probably outdoor living. It's probably outdoor living or backyard stuff. So yeah, I chose to make it green because it looked pretty bohemian and nice. And also I use this kind of divider as well to kind of just like fill up the space, because I literally have no freaking idea what I wanted to put there, but it's there. So yeah, I feel like it does fill up the space really well. I really wanted to incorporate this geometric rug. It felt really retro, and I really like that because I mentioned to you guys earlier that this is a very contemporary, vintage, rustic, I don't know, it's all over the place, which kind of makes it have this bohemian feel. I wasn't able to use that retro looking rug here, but eventually I will find some spaces for it in the next house, so watch out for them. And over here I just threw in a painting. Am I even gonna keep that painting though? I feel like I'm not. Yes, I'm not. Yeah, I moved that painting because I didn't feel like it was necessary over there. And let's see here. What is the next room that we're going to furnish? Okay, so the next room that we're going to furnish is this bedroom, actually, which is pretty quick. And nothing too crazy. It's just the bare necessities. We have some nice study tables. Oh no, side tables, blah. And a nice light to have above the bed to give it a little bit of interest. And yes, there is a closet. Sometimes I forget to put closets in my bedrooms, so I'm happy that I was able to remember it. I really wish that we had like curtains for those one tile arched windows, because I would have loved to put curtains on those, because I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna point out the fact that there's no curtains and the person who is staying here has like no privacy. But the Sims don't care, so and we don't have any curtains. There are some curtains that could probably fit there, but they just did not look good. None of them looked good enough for me, so yeah. And just throwing in some nice little clutter items over here just to pretty much fill up the space. And yeah, and over here we're already furnishing the second bedroom. Like literally that first bedroom, or the bedroom that we furnished earlier, like literally sped up so fast. Like I didn't expect me to furnish it that fast. But the second bedroom is basically gonna have almost the same items as the first one, except it has a different bed sheet and it has a different closet as well, because it has space for it. I really like this bedroom, actually. If I didn't have the master bedroom or the guest bedroom, this is probably the bedroom that I would choose for myself, because it just has great proportions. I like the view, I like the windows, I like the archway that leads directly to the balcony, and really awesome. Also, you guys would notice that those candles, those cluster of 3 candles, I use them so freaking much in this build, like it's crazy. And I feel like those candles are supposed to be for the Day of the Dead, because I feel like they might have come with a Day of the Dead patch. But you know what, whatever. I don't think it's taboo or anything to use those candles, because they looked really nice. I like the geometric pattern that they had, and I feel like they really fit the atmosphere and the look that I was going for this build. So there you go, I used them. I also used some unlockable items. I believe that one sunflower that I placed on top of the dresser is unlockable. Like you need to unlock it normally, but I just used it there, so yeah. And I'll throw in a painting, and I feel like I will throw in another painting on the floor as well, if I remember correctly. So yeah, putting these hanging lights over the dresser. So, and there we go. We have that nice little jazz themed painting on the floor. I feel like it really completes the look. I love the colors of it as well. Very beautiful, vibrant purple and gold. And we're finally furnishing the second bedroom in this house. And no, second bathroom, excuse me, I was not thinking. So the second bathroom is gonna have literally the same stuff as the first one. It also has the same color scheme as well. It's a very beautiful kind of turquoise, no, not turquoise, it's beautiful, let's see here. Mediterranean blue, azulejos blue. I'm not really sure what to describe it, but it's a really nice color. And the bathtub is different here, so yeah, it's just a normal bathtub, but I love how it's like next to the balcony. Like, it's so risky, but whatever, like the Sims don't care. There's always that thrill of taking a bath and, you know, being submerged underneath the bubbles and being so overtly sexy. I really like that. That's kind of what I had in mind when I was furnishing this. And pretty much the last thing that we're going to furnish is this kind of upstairs hallway type of area. There's really nothing here. It's basically just, you know, it's basically just a place for chests and a bunch of nice little clutter items. But it looks like this speed build video is coming to an end. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap my commentary right here. Okay, guys? Once again, please don't forget to hit that like, favorite, and subscribe button if you guys want to support the channel, because it really does help out the channel a lot, okay? Also, watch out for part 2. It'll be uploaded really soon, immediately after this one. So yeah, like I said, that is going to be it for the speed building video. You all have an awesome day. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.